Yeah.
So
Okay then. So since we're talking about these MVPs and number twos and things of that nature, that kind of leads us into our next question. Um, is requesting trades good for the league?
I mean, yeah. I
I don't
mean,
think I don't think it's good or bad. But go ahead,
this is
Jay. My
something
bad.
that I've thought about for an extensive amount of time. I feel like Kyrie said a good quote. He said, "Since when is it a bad thing to make a business decision?" And I feel like I felt that. I feel like it's still on the owners to oblige by that that request. They don't have to trade him. I mean, and then if you sit out, you don't get paid. So it's almost like they're actually helping franchises by saying, "Hey, I'm out after this season, so if you want to trade me now, I'm cool with it, so I can get on, so y'all can get something back for it." Because Kyrie could have just faked the funk, act like everything was cool, and then when the season was over, he could have did. Brooklyn gets
Yep.
nothing. You lost Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily feel like it's a bad thing. If anything, they're helping the franchises out. So I'm not understanding what all the backlash is, or why Adam Silver is trying to say that demanding a trade is the worst thing. I mean, it's almost like you can't do nothing. You can't want to be traded. You can't go to a different. You can't switch teams in free agency. You can't. I mean, since when has
I think
basketball turned into the military where you can't just move around at free will? Like I don't understand that.
I mean,
go
does it
ahead,
have
Justin.
some? I was gonna say, does it have something to do with the fact that let's just call it what it is? You got these rich folks who feel like maybe that's giving too much power to the players.
Probably
Yes.
so.
You know what I
For
mean?
the
That's
Like,
NBA to
exactly
get
what I was
in.
I
gonna
think
say.
I think that honestly, I think it's more so that than anything where it's like they don't like the fact of even the appearance of players having more power than they do.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it comes down because I don't think it's bad for the league. I'm actually with you, Jay. I think if anything, if you're organization, you should be happy if a guy's honest enough
Right.
to tell you that because now you're not losing him for nothing, like you
Yep.
said. Like, because
Exactly.
this ain't the NFL. Ain't no franchise tag.
Right.
Yeah, you got restricted free agents, but guys like the Kyrie, KD,
Yeah,
they ain't got
they're
no
not restricted.
restricted. Yeah,
Yeah.
they can go. So I'm
Right.
with you. I think. I mean, more than anything, it helps the it helps the
Now,
league
now, if
because
you got 2 or more years left on it, like KD,
that's a little different.
I might have to call that bluff.
Yeah,
I might
that's
have
a
to
little
sit on
different.
that for a little pause. I might have to
Yeah.
sit on that for a little while. Um,
I agree. I agree with both of y'all. I don't think it's bad. I think a lot of I don't want to say old heads, but like a lot of people who grew up in the age
we
where
got to get
free
away
agency
from that,
wasn't
man.
popular or wasn't no free agency,
We got to get away
and
from that.
trades wasn't really that popular, and players stayed with teams for a decade, things of that
We
nature.
got to get away from that shit.
I just think they don't. I don't. I think they look at the NBA now and it's like it's hard to root. Like you really got to root for players. You can't really root for teams because you never know what either the front office are gonna do or what the player
But
that you
see,
that you like on your team is gonna do.
as an adult, if you've been rooting for the same team your entire life, how many people have you seen come and go?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even say that because like being a LeBron fan, I never had a team. I didn't like Cleveland before. I grew up in Cincinnati. I forgot Cleveland had a team before LeBron got to the
Right.
Cavaliers. You know what I'm saying?
You
So
didn't
it's
watch Big Z?
no, I didn't watch TV.
You ain't
Hell
watch let me see, Big Z, Sean
no,
Kemp.
no. John Kemp is a Sonic to me.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm
he
just saying.
always
I'm
be
just
a
throwing some.
Sonic.
You
I'm
He
trying
know,
always
to.
be a
I'm
Sonic.
digging
Yeah.
in my archives, trying to pull
nah.
some of
But
them.
I'm just telling you, no. Like Cleveland Cavaliers was the last thing I was thinking about before LeBron got there. So I feel like if you're a fan of a team, I mean, you should be a fan of that team regardless who comes and goes. Like for instance, me and the Bengals. I'm a fan regardless. You know what I'm saying? So if that's how you're approaching the NBA, even as an old head, whoever leaves and gets traded shouldn't even matter.
Right.
Because I mean, you've been around long enough before you were a fan allegedly before any of the people on the team were even born. Currently, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that don't really hold the water to
And
me.
Ike says if Kobe doesn't request a trade, they never get Gasol. Requesting trades makes things happen for the league and for media and fans to discuss. So
I feel that. Yep.
I agree with
That's
him.
facts.
Hey,
I
Ike, your takes through the message might be a little bit more on point, man. You know what I mean?
Dang, he said don't. Oh man, no. He said don't come back live. Just keep
just
commenting.
just
Nah,
keep
man.
commenting, bro. Nah, man,
Hey,
we
we
miss you though.
appreciate your input though. I
Yeah, we
appreciate
do.
it, man. I
We do.
know we know you got something going on, but we appreciate you still chiming in and making your voice heard on the show. We
Yes,
appreciate that.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Um, yeah, so I agree both ways. Like I know how it feels to see when you look at somebody, and I'm just speaking as a Pacer fan, you look at a Paul George and you like, man, like he was so good, like it's one of those talents to us at
I
that
mean,
time.
y'all got
But
Sabonis back for him. Turn
but
Sabonis into
right, but then
Halliburton.
you look
No,
at a Sabonis.
Sabonis and Oladipo.
Right,
Yeah, turn him into
but then I
Halliburton.
look at like when we got
And
a
you,
Ron Artest, and I'm like, shoot, man, that was dope. When we got a Jermaine O'Neal, when we got these players, when these players came to our team, you also got to look at it both ways. Like, yeah, you may be mad as a fan sometime or disappointed as a fan sometime in a move that may move one of your favorite players or a player that you like. But then sometimes, like you said, that draft pick or who they get in return or who signs in the offseason may work out that way. It may be money things, or you know what I mean. So much that goes into free agency and trades and things that we really don't know. Oh shoot, Ike, Ricky Davis. He said
Yeah,
the
greatest
greatest
Cavalier.
Cavalier in history, Mr. Shot, in my opinion. Room for a triple double.
wasn't
Yeah,
paying
he
not
did.
not. I also didn't grow up with cable, so I wasn't
and he
I wasn't
said,
able to catch these
and
games.
he said, by the way, he quit since y'all trying to run him off.
No,
Damn, you trying to run it off?
we'll see.
Nah.
Hey, we'll see you
Okay.
next week. Matter of fact, we got a meeting this weekend. All right, I expect you to be there, man. All right.
Dang. He said show up. But yeah, so I think we all in agreement that we think trades is good for every league. Um as a fan and for business, I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think it takes
yeah,
players
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think it takes it I don't think it takes the power away from the owners. Of course the owners invest hundreds of millions of dollars in these players, so it goes both ways. You also gotta support the players too, and I think that's something that a lot of front offices don't do. That makes a lot of players want to move, especially these big stars, these high
I'm
name superstars. So go
I'm gonna go
ahead,
on
D.
a limb and say this: people who have a problem with it are probably people who are control freaks.
Okay, we can end on that note.
I just want passion, love attraction, let me know that action. Being outside, I just like crashing. City in the classic, ready for the madness. If they catch me, I just want passion, love attraction, let me know that action. Phone charge on its last light. Same clothes on from last night. Still lit like it's last night. Young living in the fast life. Young. Smoke cloud from the ash pipe. Catch air from the half pipe. I need a centerfold from the shows with the mansion. Chandelier dancing. Counting a Branton. Yeah. Been had hella Franks when it's ballpark figures. Might be in the field, but I came from the trenches. You can tell it's my time, look at better swing. I do like the charm on my wrist, let me glitch. Want me pay the way, I'm the wave, I'm authentic. Sitting courtside, got a sprain. Nigga, I bring the gang for the gang. Nothing but a thing when I sang. Young Usain, I sprinting. Getting fresh prints. Counting a blessing on blessing on blessing. They call me the reverend, y'all nigga play too much.